How's it going, everybody? My name is LuckyBunz, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down Fennekin Community Day in Pokemon Go. Now with that being said, as always, if you guys do end up enjoying this video, if you do find it helpful, please make sure to smash that like button down below. It helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so Fennekin Com Day is going to take place on May 21st, which is going to be a Sunday, from 2 to 5 p.m. your local time. Now the bonuses are going to be as follows. Like usual, we're going to get 3-hour lure modules and incense. The special bonus is going to be 3 times catch Stardust, and then because this is a normal Com Day, we're also going to get the 2 times catch candy as well as a 2 times chance to receive extra large candy from catching Pokemon if you are level 31 or higher. Now we're also going to be getting 2 special trades up until about 10 p.m. your local time, and all trades are going to cost 50% less Stardust. And then finally, the last bonus is going to be that you can get 5 free Fennekin from snapshots. So basically just go to AR, take a picture of your buddy Pokemon, and then you'll get a free Fennekin up to 5 times. Alright, now let's talk about the exclusive moveset Blast Burn. So you're going to have from 2 to 10 p.m. your local time to evolve into Delphox to get this moveset. So we'll take a look at how Blast Burn is actually going to affect Delphox later on in this video, but we actually have one more announcement for a new moveset, and that is going to be Mystical Fire. So this move is specific to PvP in terms of its relevance, and it's going to decrease your opponent's attack by 1 stage. So that's kind of interesting. We'll kind of have to see how this plays out. I don't think Mystical Fire is necessarily like the best move for Delphox to make it meta relevant, but just the addition of Mystical Fire into Pokemon Go is actually more of a big deal because I'm pretty confident like 1 or 2 other Pokemon are going to benefit way more from this moveset. Now of course, so if you do want to get Mystical Fire on your Delphox, this is not going to be an exclusive moveset. You can unlock this move anytime after the Com Day starts in your local area, so you just have to use a regular TM for this one, and yeah, you can go ahead and get Mystical Fire. Moving on, let's talk about how good Delphox actually is in raids. So doing the stats, Delphox is actually going to be better than Charizard with Blast Burn, but slightly worse than Blaziken with Blast Burn. However, both of these Pokemon I just mentioned do have Mega Evolutions, whereas Delphox does not. So, I mean, Delphox isn't really that crazy, especially when you compare it to a Pokemon like Reshiram. Man, it doesn't even come close. But as a budget Fire-type attacker, this is actually a pretty good Pokemon to add to your team if you don't have that many good Fire-type Pokemon already. So for those of you veteran players out there who already have a full team of Reshiram attackers, it probably makes sense to, not invest into Delphox. Now what about Delphox in PvP though? So unfortunately, even with the addition of Blast Burn and Mystical Fire, Delphox still isn't going to be more than a spice pick to run. And even if we take a look at the Great, Ultra, and Master League rankings on PvPoke, they're all pretty bad. So yeah, Delphox when it comes to PvP, unless you want to run it as a spice pick, definitely going to be a pass. So in conclusion, the main appeal of this Com Day is definitely going to be its awesome shiny, the 3 times Stardust, and if you are a newer player, this is going to be a good opportunity to add some budget Fire-type attackers to your team until you at least get your hands on some Reshiram. As always too, I would recommend catching and evolving your highest level Fennekin with the best IVs. This is going to help you create these battle-ready teams with a minimal Stardust investment. But with that being said, that pretty much covers everything you need to know about Fennekin Com Day. As always though, I'd like to go through some additional tips and tricks for those of you guys who are new or returning players to the game, so let's run through those right now. So first up, the fast catch trick. So most of you guys probably already know how to use this, but for newer players, I do highly recommend learning it to increase your catching speed. If you're ever wondering how some players just catch a ridiculous amount of Pokemon during these Com Days, it's because they're using the fast catch trick. The next tip I have is going to be to create a search tag for all the Fennekin that you want to evolve. You can quickly check for good IVs and hundos by typing in the 3-star and 4-star on the search. That's usually what I do, and I guess in this case too, for the Fire-type budget team, this will pretty much be the easiest way to do it. Now when it comes to PvP IVs, this is a little bit different, so I'm going to recommend a video in the top right-hand corner right now, as well as in the description down below. Check out that video if you want to figure out how to actually search through all of your Pokemon super fast and find the ones that are actually going to be good for PvP. Alright, next up, the Mega Evolution. So for this Com Day, you ideally want to have Mega Charizard either Y or Mega Charizard X, Mega Houndoom, Mega Blaziken, or Primal Groudon. And whichever one of these you guys have at Mega Level 3, prioritize that one over the others for increased candy and increased extra large candy rates. I seriously cannot explain how big of a difference it makes at Mega Level 3 from Mega Level 2. It's like night and day, seriously. Next up, let's talk about storage space, so generally I recommend a minimum of 100 open storage slots and ideally 250 plus. Now if you guys are still having trouble clearing out at least 100 though, then I do recommend checking out my full storage management guide that goes over my exact process as a free-to-play player and pretty much how I've been doing it for like the last 6 years, so really do recommend checking that out. Next up, let's talk about bag space though. So red, great, and ultra balls, a minimum of 200 combined, and ideally you want to have 500 plus. Now given that this is a typical calm day, I'm not going to recommend too many pineapple berries, but if you just don't have that much time to play, then definitely have at least 25 to 50 pineapple berries ready to go. That way you can grind out the candy needed to evolve your Fennekin to Delphox really quickly, especially with the 2x candy bonus, possibly even a mega level 3 active. You're going to get that candy extremely fast. And then finally, the last tip I have is going to be for the Picnicker medal. So this is basically just to drop lure modules at your most popular grind spot right when the event starts. And pretty much the way that this works is that you get 1 point every single time somebody catches a Pokemon off your lure module. Now I do understand that given the recent changes in Pokemon Go, a lot of players aren't really participating in these events, but this is still one of the best times to actually grind out this medal, and I guarantee there are going to be a few players out there who are grinding most of those 3 hours. Anyways though guys, that is pretty much going to wrap things up for this video. If you're still looking for some more content, I'm going to recommend these 2 videos right here. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon in the next one.